In everything the county does, there are the people and services you see and those that you don't.
We need to tap into the support services that the county can furnish for us in order to actually pull off an election.
We provide basically search and rescue, wildland fire protection services, and then dive rescue services in Larimer County. We have to be able to respond quickly and get there to deal with any emergency that comes up. And a lot of the internal departments make that happen for us. We really couldn't do it without them.
Behind the scenes are employees who make sure the buildings and equipment are safe and functional, the bills are paid, and your tax dollars accounted for. These support services include the Facilities Department, Information Management Services, Human Resources, Finance, and the County Attorney. These are the people who keep the county up and running. If you own a $240,000 home in Larimer County, you pay $1,670 a year in property taxes. $1,255 of that goes to support schools, city services, and special districts. $415 stays with the county, and about $47 a year, or 11.4%, goes to Larimer County Support Services.
The prevailing philosophy of the county is to serve the citizens, and so whenever we had an opportunity in our design, we made sure that we were making a way to serve that citizen first, and we put our county departments in a position to provide that service as simply and seamlessly as possible.
The Larimer County Courthouse Offices building is an example of using building design to help county employees serve the public more effectively.
We really wanted to provide easy access to the public for our services, so we put the motor vehicle and recorder on this first floor with an information center, and then grouped other functions on the upper floors in ways that made sense and the public could find their way. This is the planning, building, and engineering departments. In our old facility, they were actually located in 2 separate buildings, and the planning department was spread on 3 different floors. The public loves the convenience of this.
Because elections is growing and because the legislative demands have become so intense, we've had to redesign a lot of processes.
As we worked through design with each of the departments in this building, we focused a great deal of attention to the business they were running, their functional challenges, and their need to gain efficiency. Elections is an example of one that was in desperate need of space that was really designed for their functionality.
Everything that we have is designed to be multi-purpose. Everything was designed in conjunction with the entire election process and the security that's needed for that.
They change their processes about every 2 weeks based on what's happening in the election process, and this has been a very smooth operating environment for them.
We would not be able to deliver the services that we provide to citizens without those support services. One example is the Facilities Department. We actually had an event at our visitor center this last year where we had a water leak. Those things always happen on weekends, it seems like, Sunday afternoon or whatever.
My staff was able to respond there very quickly, assess the situation, stop the damage from continuing. They sat down with the Parks group and brainstormed ideas to get the visitor center back open as quickly as possible, which included a lot of off-hours work to ensure that they were not affecting the citizens that were coming to access that center.
The facilities did a great job for us at the visitor center.
We really believe that we go back to the root of the word facilities, which is facilitate. Our job isn't about buildings, isn't about mechanical equipment. It's about enabling the county department in the building to deliver their services as simply and seamlessly to the citizens as possible.
In our department, we used to do the cleaning and the custodial services. Now, my position is more related to providing security of the building. I'm in charge of recycling. I'm responsible for setting up and tearing down meetings and any requests from the public or any meetings that the commissioners wants to have. I'm there to make it happen.
The county's gone through a major transition regarding most of its technology, and the main driving force was to meet better demands to improve customer service. So whereas our role before was more of making sure the departments were happy and keeping the things kind of running behind the scenes, We found ourselves now playing more of the role of kind of being the glue, working with departments to make sure that their systems are integrated with other systems, so if the information is delivered seamlessly and easy to the constituents, so they don't need to hunt and peck to help figure out where it is and how to get to service.
The virtual courthouse has been online since November of 1996. It's an integral part of a lot of the public's access to county government. We have a lot of online databases. A lot of the realtors and title companies use the website for getting information about property, property taxes, recorded documents. All those kinds of public records databases are accessible via our external website, so it gets quite a bit of activity.
We take the information that comes in through our clerk and recorder process, and we lay information like this where we're showing the road systems that were GPSed. We incorporate the assessor's parcel identification numbers into our data, and then that way we can tie their records and our records together.
That kind of information is an important tool for both county officials and the public. It can also save lives.
We get involved usually within the first 6 hours of a fire if they're bringing in additional resources and starting to do tactical strategies for fighting the fire. My department provides quite a bit of information to the incident commander.
So we can not only see where the homes are at, we can look at the fuel types that are associated with those areas, the degree of slope that we may have with that, and that has a huge impact on fire behavior. So it helps us in our planning purposes to look at something and say, yes, we've got 4 homes, but these homes are also associated with a steep slope with a lot of brush fields up there where the fire can carry faster.
As we get into evacuations and things, you know, we can generate owner lists and phone numbers and things like that, so there's a lot of data support beyond just the map support.
We'll have the pulley hang down, and I'll anchor, run the rope up to that. I'll anchor off the top eyelet on that dish. I'm the Microwave and Radio Systems Administrator. We run the Technical Communications Department. We run the Public Safety Radio System for all the Sheriff's Department, the Wildland Fire guys. We provide radio services and pager services to the volunteer fire companies, road and bridge, all those kinds of folks. And so we maintain the microwave radios that connect it all and the public safety radios on the sites, and then all the public safety radios in the cars and that the officers carry.
The communication network that we have within the county radios is absolutely critical for us to get our work done, both from an informational standpoint while we're responding, as well as tactical communications once we're on scene, and also to ensure safety for our personnel. I mean, that's very important on the Wildland Fire Service. We basically can't be out there on assignments way back in the woods without having communications. So the communication is absolutely critical.
We're outfitted to go out in any weather, any time of the year, and one of us is on call 24/7, 365. So if there's an outage that requires immediate service, we can roll anytime.
We're here to repair their radio if it goes out, and we can get that done almost instantaneously. We have enough parts on hand to be able to get them on the road within 10, 15, 20 minutes.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We've got to be able to get on the radio and communicate both with our dispatching centers that control our resources and internally with our resources that are responding, as well as tactically once we get on scene. Almost every single department in this day and age has an application that they need to run their business. The Sheriff's Department has computer automated dispatch, as well as records management, jail management system. Obviously, a lot of people use the motor vehicle system. They come in, they register to get their tags and their licenses. And obviously, have a finance system, a payroll system. So pretty much every department really has a mission-critical application that they use to do their business.
It used to be that when people wanted information, the employees would have to go to the back room and look at the warranty deed or whatever, and that can be accessed now through a computer, which is great because it's so much faster. The only problem is they're so reliant on the computer that if the network or the PC goes down, now we can't answer those questions. So it's really important that we can find out if there's a problem, respond to it, get them back up and running, because people are waiting for that information when they come in.
Our goal as support services is to support our customers who are other departments within the county. So whether it's Parks Department gearing up for their busy summer season or the election coming up, since we're county employees, we feel like we have a stake in the success of our customers. So whether it's working a split shift or whatever it takes to get the job done, that's what we try to do.
The Finance Division provides some essential services to the departments in the county so that they can focus on providing services to the citizens. First is accounting, which provides the bill paying and accounting services for all the county departments. The second is risk management, which acts as the county's insurance department. The third is purchasing, which helps departments obtain the goods and services they need to provide services to the citizens. Each department is almost its own business. For example, the Road and Bridge Department is in a whole different business than the Sheriff's Office. So we have to come up with systems and processes that work for each individual business as well as for the county as a whole.
Purchasing is the liaison between the vendors in the business community and the county departments to find the best quality products and services for the lowest prices possible. We do a formal bid process to give the business community an open and fair way to provide the goods and services that these county departments need to do their everyday work.
The Human Resource Department helps us a lot. During the springtime, we hire, a number of seasonal employees, and they have to be posted, the job announcements identified, and interviews and hiring. We also have permanent folks that we hire, and they do a lot of the announcements to outside papers, bring in the best candidates for us to interview. It's so important to get the right people in your department serving the public.
If you own a $240,000 home in Larimer County, you pay about $47 a year for the county's support services. Behind the scenes, support services employees are committed to excellence to ensure that other county departments can focus on what they do best. These are the people who design, build, and maintain the buildings, equipment, and systems that keep the county up and running.
Telecom has taught us how to use our phone system so that we keep the public off a phone tree as long as possible.
I really love the people, the employees, the public. Great place to work.
We could not deliver the things we need to deliver to the citizens and visitors to this county without the internal support services. It's a team effort.